Triball is ready. The Triball Pinball Podcast starts now. Welcome to the Triball Pinball Podcast. I am Johnny Pinball.
I am Matt McCarty.
I'm Neil Graff.
So as we roll into summer, it looks like we have a hot new rumor, courtesy of, we'll say, Naps Arcade.
No, Joe Kamenkow.
Joe Kamenkow. Who is Joe Kamenkow?
It's the big dog.
He works for like Kapow or whatever, right? Like
Kapow,
Yeah.
He makes all the Kapow games.
I think he does Zynga, or had something to do with Zynga, like the cell phone game company at one point.
Yes.
Hard to say. He's got his hand in a lot of projects, but I believe if we look back, he was one of the founding members of Data East Pinball back in '86.
Yep, that's correct.
Okay, so the rumor that we're reading is he said Jersey Jack Pinball got the Harry Potter license. Any thoughts on that, guys?
All right, I think Joe Kamenkow had it has to be either a hacker or just a straight up troll post with how like within the post the caption has some weird like dashes in between and different spaces, and it's just a weird like caption for a post, and it does not sound normal. So it has to be either be a hacker or something, because then the post ended up getting taken down, and I don't think he has any other posts on his account. And then Nap Arcade ended up posting it later, which he starts to comment a bunch on it, and he's still doing his like dash comments, and it's still looking really, really weird. So I don't know what's going on. I'm pretty sure it's a troll.
Yeah, I kind of was trying to pay a little attention to it. At first, I thought it was totally a troll. And then, there was a clip of a Facebook conversation shared between Joe Kamenkow and Nap Arcade. Where basically, Kamenkow says, Nap Arcade, you are right on all accounts. Or are you? Do you think you know the story? One day I'll do a fireside chat with Rob Burke, and as Paul Harvey says, and now you know the rest of the story. For those who don't know, Paul Harvey's an old public radio announcer, NPR guy. And then, okay, the rest of his thing, fun to speculate, but only I know the key to why a Harry Potter game will ever be made by someone. Stay tuned. And then Nap Arcade replied, I'm sure that there's all sorts of super interesting stories that I don't know. It's always fun to talk and speculate about pinball. So he's throwing fuel on the fire, basically.
Yeah, he's making you kind of second guess it there with, or, like, do you know the whole story?
Which I feel like that's got to be a troll. He's definitely like stirring up something. He's like playing with everybody. It's definitely like some troll kind of a post. And then I feel like it's very, very unprofessional of him being like from the not he doesn't work for Jersey Jack.
Exactly. He doesn't work for Jersey Jack, so he's not burning any bridges with this post. Maybe Stern is finally coming out of their status quo where they say they have 90% of the market share and they really don't consider anyone else competition. Maybe they feel like Harry Potter is a theme that would be a threat to their bottom line, even though he technically doesn't work for Stern, I understand. But
I don't think Stern has anything to worry about personally, but yeah, he's kind of trolling everybody. I mean, we've had rumors like this all the time. I don't know. All we can do is wait and see, I guess.
I love that the mock-up they used was okay. Never mind. I'm looking at it more. I thought it was Harry Potter 4 for a second. I'm like, oh, that's a little troll there because it's Toy Story 4. If they did Harry Potter 4 for the mock-up.
Oh, that'd be funny. And it's definitely like photoshopped on like a Stern cabinet, which also just makes it look a lot weirder.
Yeah, I think it's true, actually, because I feel like Joe is the type of guy who would feel a little betrayed. He probably thought he had this one lined up for Stern, and then that mystery thing that he's going to have the fireside chat about, made it tip towards Jersey Jack. Jersey Jack games have recently been Warner Brothers games, and this is a Warner Brothers title, so it could be that relationship that got him over the edge. Maybe it won't accept coins, and it'll be home use only style. Maybe that was what they decided on. Because, I mean, how many Jersey Jack games are on location compared to a Stern? I mean, what, Is it like 10% of Stern?
Yeah, probably something like that.
So, I mean, I'm thinking it's true, and I think Joe is just upset, so he decided to spill the beans.
Johnny, I think you might be on to something there a little bit and everybody in the hobby would kind of think that would be ridiculous to have Jersey Jack do kind of a home model with no coin door. But one of the big things is with the Harry Potter license is that J.K. Rowling didn't want the Harry Potter property to be in a shady bar somewhere.
Allegedly. Yeah, I'm not sure how that started, but that circulates the pinball world, that statement.
So that could be a way around it.
I feel like there's no doubt about it. If this is a theme that actually comes out for Jersey Jack, this is going to be a big hitter. It's going to be a big seller, and it will do good for Jersey Jack. So, I mean, I'm hoping it's not a troll and this is true, but this is going to be long down the road for Jersey Jack.
Yeah, if assuming that post Jack posted right before Godfather of him in front of the Harry Potter like background was when they acquired the license, we're looking 2 years minimum for this to come out.
Well, and you got to put into account, we have Mark Seidens, I believe that's his name. I apologize if I got it wrong. His game is in the works. Steve Ritchie has got a game in the works. I think
Eric Minier's probably game.
He's probably got it done. Yeah, Lawler's done. So are they down to 3 designers again?
Yeah, they're down to 3.
Okay.
Personally, if we're talking about who would design this at JJP, we don't know Mark Seiden, so I don't think I'd give him the biggest property known to pinball.
Correct.
Besides the Beatles, I guess. So do you want Steve Ritchie or Eric Minier to make this?
I would prefer Minier, and that's just me being selfish because I think Steve Ritchie should make a cooler game.
No, I think Steve Ritchie should do this because he needs some redemption after that Toy Story 4, huh?
Steve Ritchie didn't do Toy Story 4.
Who did Toy Story 4? Pat Lawler.
That was Pat Lawler's last game.
That's right.
Steve Ritchie's last game was Led Zeppelin.
That's right. So this will be Steve Ritchie's first at Jersey Jack, which that'll be interesting. I think Steve Ritchie should do it.
If you're saying if he were to take this. I think I'm going to be with Matt here. I think Eric should make it because he's the right age. I believe he's like 35 years old, so it's basically my age. He would have grown up with the books and the movies, so I think that it's going to mean the most to him, potentially. I mean, maybe he never watched anything, but Steve Ritchie is like 75 years old, so maybe he doesn't have as much exposure to Harry Potter. And I think his next game is probably out before this was even inked, so I'm thinking he's probably not making this one.
So you're thinking it's going back in the loop because Godfather and then Eric Minier. So I can see that, yeah.
Yeah, I think this is Eric Minier's game after whatever comes after Godfather for him.
And just to clarify what I meant, when I said Steve Ritchie should be working on something cooler, I don't think there's anything wrong with the Harry Potter license. I like Harry Potter myself. But when I think Steve Ritchie, I kind of think fast and exciting, like Top Gun Maverick or
Top
The
Gun.
Matrix or like something Steve. And that's a good segue to the other rumor that Steve Ritchie's title will be The Matrix.
I really hope it is.
Yeah, that'd probably be like one of the best pinball themes ever. Matrix, so cool.
It could be.
So cool.
That might even get me more excited than Harry Potter, just to have The Matrix, because that first movie was so good.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And then they could have the ball do like bullet time, just make the ball go really slow and you got to dodge stuff.
And just for validity of this rumor, I mean, The Matrix is another Warner Brother property.
Right.
So it fits.
That is correct.
Looks like Stern locked in the Disney licenses, and Jersey Jack's got the Warner Brother licenses.
Which is good because we'll see all the Marvel and stuff from Stern.
So, right, the other rumored game for Steve was Elton John. Anyone here big Elton John fans?
I do enjoy his catalog. I typically won't throw it on, but I will sing along to it if it is on, if that makes any sense. Kind of almost how I was with Foo Fighters in the same way. Elton John's is timeless. He really is, but you won't find him on many of my playlists, maybe 1 or 2, but like I couldn't see that as a Steve Ritchie game either.
Yeah, he's not on my Spotify playlist.
Yeah, I don't really listen to Elton John either. Not really my generation, I don't think.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
No, but interesting. So what if it was Elton John? And kind of like people say Star Wars was just a generic theme they threw the brand onto. What if Elton John is already made and they're like, you know what? After Godfather and Toy Story 4, we want to hit with The Matrix, so they just re-theme it The Matrix. Do you think that's a possibility?
Anything is.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you think it will have good art, whatever he gets?
Yes.
He's due, right?
It's Jersey Jack. And weren't they saying that not Wizard of Oz, but Willy Wonka was supposed to be Toy Story?
Yeah, and Kaneda makes a very convincing argument for that.
So I guess it's not out of the realm of possibilities for Jersey Jack to do something like that.
Except Harry Potter needs to be designed as Harry Potter. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. You got to have some Quidditch thing or something where in a gold ball, power ball.
Oh, yeah, instead of Twilight Zone.
You get the Seeker. Oh, the Seeker ball. Oh, hit it in the thing.
That's pretty sweet. Then you could get the Bally Gold Ball, too, and pair that with the game. Oh, man, there's a lot to talk about on Harry Potter. But we are kind of limited on time on this episode. What do you think? Next topic?
Let's move on to dream themes. Anybody have any dream themes they really want to see?
Personally, everybody knows mine is World of Warcraft, but it would be something I would want to like do myself and make it right. But I don't have the talent for that.
At least have like input.
Yes.
So video game theme.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Or Mortal Kombat.
I'm imagining a Karate Kid pinball machine like Cobra Kai. I feel like that'd be really cool. Definitely not gonna happen.
Cobra Kai, yeah. I could get down with Cobra Kai.
No Mercy multi-ball.
Oh.
That's the wizard mode. No Mercy.
As long as it has a lot of season 1 in it. I feel like that was one of the better seasons. Just the one, Neil?
Yeah, probably just that.
I've got so many themes I would like to see made, so I'll just rattle them off here. Legends of the Hidden Temple, right? That was a game show on Nickelodeon in like 1995. It's kind of like an Indiana Jones-esque theme.
Oh yeah, with the and you could have the mech being that big face dude, the temple that talks.
Yeah, Olmec. Yeah, I could just the Temple Run. There's just so much you could do. The skill shot could be, plunging the ball over the moat or something. The scoop could have a mystery awards, the steps of knowledge. There could be ways to earn pendants, and then the wizard mode would be Temple Run, just like Jackpot with Casino Run.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of lost in what this theme is.
Oh no! Well, they're on Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
Neil's never seen this show.
What was that noise, Matt?
I'm sorry.
Matt, what are you doing over there?
That's my cat's trout that the tail flops. The cat has a fish toy that activates when he plays with it.
Have you ever seen Anchorman?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
That'd be a good theme, but I'm going with this with the cat poop segment.
Yeah.
So I opened up my door yesterday, and there's cat poop on my front porch. So maybe I need to eat the cat poop.
Oh my.
Like Ron, you will eat the cat. Yeah, the game Anchorman. Imagine like the side cabinet would say San Diego on it. I don't want to give them all away in case people are using this as ideas, but one last one. So I got Anchorman. I've got Legends of the Hidden Temple. I'd like to see Scott Pilgrim versus the World as well.
Oh yeah, I think you mentioned that last podcast, maybe.
Maybe it's possible.
Yeah, because I feel like you talk about this a lot.
Yeah, I think was Ryan Spindler, who I played in State. He really likes that movie too. So we're riffing on each other while we're playing State with quotes from that movie.
I think that could translate to pinball pretty well because you could have the modes being like the ex-lovers you're fighting. It could translate really well.
Yeah, for sure. How would you rank what we have? So we have World of Warcraft, Cobra Kai, Legends of the Hidden Temple, Scott Pilgrim.
I gotta say World of Warcraft. I cannot see that being a pinball machine. No offense, Matt.
No, okay.
No, and I don't take any because like I said, it would have to be like a homebrew or something like really like somebody did with League of Legends, which is a similar game. But
right,
that's me.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to rank these because they're all kind of personal opinions.
Yeah, it's just what you like,
I do like your ideas as well.
I think I like Neil's the best. Like if I'm thinking what would sell most likely to everyone, I think Cobra Kai. It's a hot property. And it probably would be Stern, right? Because they have the Stranger Things with Netflix relationship.
Yeah. Oh, Matt, what about the Peacemaker theme?
Oh, that'd be awesome. Actually, that's a good call, Neil.
Yeah, the DC comic shows on HBO Max. Those are really good. Definitely recommend checking those out.
Any pinball machine that would get John Cena in it, it's okay with me.
All right. Well, if people out there in Radio Land have different ideas, they can always write into us at our Gmail account, triballpodcast@gmail.com.
All right, we're going to move on to the remake themes for either Haggis or Chicago Gaming. Any remakes you would want to see?
Do they have to be Bally's? Is that part of the rules?
For like Haggis type of thing?
Yeah, for Haggis.
I don't know. Like, I don't know what Haggis does. Do they only do Bally? Is that what they're restricting to?
I think that's what they have the license for,
Okay.
but I don't know.
So might as well just restrict it to Bally.
Well, let's just say you could. We'll say Haggis would be like System 11 games, and Chicago Gaming can be anything DMD.
Well, and System 11 and before, because Fathom is like 1980.
Paragon.
I will yield to one of you guys. Paragon, Matt?
Why not? It's a popular game. I don't like it as much as others, but throw some new code in there.
Yeah, Paragon would be interesting to see.
I'd like to see Frontier. That's a pretty stellar layout. I don't know. Maybe people have an itch to get a nice minty Frontier. 'Cause these games are like $8,000, I think. They're remakes.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel too much about remakes in general. I kind of like more original stuff when it's the new stuff.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, there's nothing like playing original Attack from Mars compared to the Chicago Gaming. Honestly, for me, it's apples and oranges. Like just the way it shoots.
Yeah, it doesn't even compare. The original's way better, in my opinion.
The original is like a modern Stern, in my opinion. Kind of like it shoots like that. I grew up playing the original.
But that's why the remakes. That's why the remakes are good, because it gives more pinball for more people to play. So like if there was just a 3,000 or so Attack from Mars, I'd probably never would get to play one.
As far as a remake for CGC and just because I would like to own one, it'd be a Whitewater.
Whitewater, yes, bring it on.
I agree with that. That would be an amazing thing.
Only if though they offer a model without color changing RGB GI. I just want white GI. Then I'm in.
Or are you Neo Skywalker?
I am not Neo Skywalker, but we happen to ally on these thoughts. They did so well. Their first 3 games, you could get the base model of just white GI, and then they had to do Cactus Canyon with only RGB GI, and Baby Jesus cried a little bit.
But it's not too bad. I don't think it's not super striking.
But there's a reason why we have to play lights on with the big tournaments.
Yeah, I guess.
At District 82, that's correct.
So yeah, I think we're all in unison there. Whitewater. Well, that's rumored to be Dennis Nordman's next game at American if American doesn't go out of business before then.
Yeah.
Whitewater 2, I should clarify. David Fix, he's kind of got a little bit of a problem to fix.
Yeah, man, he's got to fix it up. All right. Well, speaking of District 82, I think we should transition to the competitive pinball scene.
Tournament talk.
Yep, we're into tournament talk now, guys. We got. I do want to talk about the upcoming tournaments for District 82. Lock in the date. Super Series has been announced. It is October 12th through October 15th. So the 12th through the 15th. Save the date for that. I don't know when registration will open, but apparently sometime in June.
All right, I will probably attend that one.
Yeah, that's going to be one to attend. And then another one is Summer Pinball Classic in August. That's the 17th through the 20th. And the registration is June 10th. So registration isn't out on that one yet. And there's 2 certified tournaments. So that's a massive weekend.
Yes. Lots of points.
Oh, it starts off with Tilton Tuesday on the 15th, followed by the 16th, Beat the Clock, and then the 17th, 18th, 19th, and 20th.
6 tournaments in 5 days. And then one more tournament I'd like to bring up that's going to be taking place at Lumberjack Johnny's, and that will be June 17th at 10 a.m. I believe registration begins, or we start, I forget. But you can find out, but it's our Foo Fighters Heads Up tournament where we'll have 2 Foo Fighters pros side by side, and we will do 10 rounds of match play on all the machines there. Mostly brand new Sterns, premiums, LEs, whatnot. And then after the 10 rounds, the top 16 people will go into a bracket and play Foo Fighters head to head in objective-based challenges. I'm sorry. Best 2 out of 3, double elimination, and the winner takes home a pretty sweet belt, and it's really fun.
Yeah, and that is a Saturday for those wondering.
Yes, it is a Saturday.
You can drive up, make it a weekend, stay overnight if you need to. There's a hotel across the street.
Yep.
Yeah, that one should be entertaining.
And then you guys can visit lovely Green Bay, Wisconsin, just named #1 city in the United States today.
Is that actually a thing?
I disagree, but
Yeah, it made the local news.
That's cool. Fun fact of the day, I guess.
yeah. Woo.
Yeah, and all those will be streamed by Fox Cities Pinball. Definitely recommend watching that live on Twitch.
Yeah, give Fox Cities a follow for us, please.
Because he's on Road to Partner right now.
Doing as much streaming as possible. There'll be 4 tournaments streamed in the next 7 days.
Yep, and I know the ladies flip one's this Saturday, so please tune in to check that one out. Matt's gonna do some help over there, so that'll be a good one to check out and watch, or even go to.
And that's Rachel Risto's crew?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably be in the booth most of the day till they need a big time TD ruling. And then I gotta, go to work.
Well, speaking of TD rulings, you are the TD.
I am.
And I think Neil had some questions for you.
Yeah, I gotta pull out some. We're trying out a segment here. We're gonna test Matt's ability of TD rulings. All right.
And if you guys out there have any questions for a tournament director, you can email them.
Yeah, and we can quiz Matt.
That's triballpodcast@gmail.com.
Yep, that's where we'll get some ideas to quiz Matt a bit. So here's the first one. Ready, Matt?
I'm ready.
All right. We got player 3 and player 4. So player 3 is playing, rage tilts the machine. While player 4 is waiting for the tilt bob to stop swinging, player 3 opens the machine and looks to see if the tilt bob was still swinging. When player 3 shuts the machine, shuts the coin door, it auto-launches player 4's ball. Player 4 was standing there and walks up and gets a hold of the ball and was a little mad he missed a skill shot opportunity. What's your ruling, Matt?
Well, player 4 made the mistake of engaging the ball. He has to play that ball. He caught. Obviously, player 3 is DQ'd. He's taking last. He should have never opened the door. I don't know why player 3 would open the door to see if it's still swinging if player 4 is up. But I believe the correct call was because player 4 stepped up to the machine and engaged the ball. He's got to play it out. And player 3 take it last.
Yep, so no compensation for player 4. That's correct. I agree with that. And then player 3 is up for grabs. I feel like you can definitely. You said you're DQing him, giving him a 0 for that or whatever.
Yeah, I guess I would have to know a little bit more. I mean, if player 3 was a tournament director and touching the machines, that could be a different thing. But if he is a tournament director, he shouldn't be touching the game he played. So I would give him probably a yellow card and a DQ on that game.
I was gonna say, even if he's a TD, he shouldn't be touching his own game. He should be asking another
Correct.
TD to do it.
Exactly.
Because he's in, you can't TD your own group, basically. But yeah, I do agree with you. Player 3, I can see him getting a DQ and possibly even a yellow card. That's where it's up for grabs. Do you give him a yellow card? Do what's the punishment here? But I feel like a DQ is very reasonable for this situation.
A yellow card's basically a warning saying don't do it again or you're out.
Correct. Yep. So Matt's one for one.
Congratulations, Matt.
Wow.
Yep. Give Matt a pat on the back when you see him.
I have a scenario to run by Matt.
Lay it on me.
So it was real life. We were playing Vector. I was player 4. Player 3 in front of me was trying to get out of finishing last. This is on ball 3. And it didn't work out. So he ended up tilting the game. And then he kind of started walking away, then walked back and shook the game even more, putting my next ball in danger of being tilted through. Any etiquette tips on that one?
Well, that was very wrong of player 3 to do. And this one if I saw that happen, I would probably give him last place on that game, because you can't do that when somebody else is up, shake their game. I mean, because I've seen people do that, or when they know they're draining, they ramp up that machine and get that thing jiggling for the next person, and that's their intention, which is wrong. But people do that. In that situation, if somebody would have got a TD and explained it to them, they would either got a warning for sure, definitely got a warning, and possibly a DQ on that game.
Yeah, luckily it didn't tilt through and I was able to play the ball, which put me in first, but I was really worried about losing that ball. So would there be a compensation ball if it tilted through?
Yes, but that would have stunk on Vector because bonus carries over. And
Right.
most games are like that. That's the good thing about new Sterns is you can change the ball setting in the middle of a game, and it will work. On old games, you can't do that. Somebody got a compensation ball on hot hand. That's terrible. Somebody got a compensation ball on high-low ace. That's amazing. It's just the game. It's tough to sort it out, but that's pinball.
Yeah, it also depends on his intention on the tilt. That's a big part of why you shake a game is what's your intention.
Yeah, and you're not allowed to tilt on purpose.
Correct.
If it were ever to tilt through, I'll just pass it on to a TD then.
Yep, that's what you should.
All right, we've got a fun segment next here called Truth or Fiction. I'm going to give you guys 3 pinball machines. You need to tell me if I'm telling the truth or if I just made it up and it's fiction.
All right.
Are you ready?
All right, let's get it.
The first game is Freeway. Is that truth or fiction?
Fiction.
I was going to say fiction too.
So you both recorded fiction. All right. And you both get a point. That is one I just made up completely.
Woo.
Yeah, never heard of that one.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it sounded similar to like racing games, and you might be, thinking about that.
To some getaway, something like that.
There might be a game for the Atari 2600 called Freeway, where it's a Frogger ripoff.
That might be what I was thinking. All right, number 2 here. Pro Pool. Pro Pool.
See, this is tough because there are a jillion pool games out there, especially in the EM era. I'm gonna say fact.
Yeah, this is a good title because, you got I think there's a ton of games called in there with pool, so I'm gonna say fact.
All right, you both picked the same answer, and you're both correct. It is a real game. 2 for 2. Oh, man, you guys are gonna win if I don't get you on this last one here. The final game, Little Indian.
Oh, that's true. I've played it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I already knew about that one. Going with a fact.
Okay, I think you guys are wrong because
I
it's
played
Big
Little Chief.
Indian.
Oh, is it? I
Yes.
played a chief. Daryl Van Lint has some sort of game with Little Chief, maybe? Okay, you got me.
Yeah, there is a game called Little Chief because I was at Expo. I remember playing that one.
But not Little Indian. I win this round.
That was a good one. A good little sneak in one.
Maybe it's Big Chief. He has something that's Chief.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, what I did was there may be a game with that name, but I just typed in what I thought of into Pinside, the games category. Nothing came up for Little Indian, so
All right. Is that it then, Johnny?
that's all I got for this, unless you guys prepared a list.
No, I just wanted to see if Neil wanted to talk about the Worlds at all coming up.
Yeah, that's gonna be what like 2 weeks ish. Got European Pinball Championship. That'll be a couple weekends, and then Worlds is 3 weekends later after that, and then there's also Epstein Cup, and then there's like 8 tournaments mixed in between. It's just gonna be a whole 2 weeks straight of pinball. And Epstein Cup I'm also looking forward to. That's not IFPA points. That's just more U.S. versus Europe.
I think it's funny that all these people, when they find out you're going there, they're all like, "Oh, I hope you can do other stuff but pinball." Well, nope.
No,
I was one of those guys.
he was on the other podcast. He did mention that. I do remember.
It's like if you're going to be there, you might as well add on a couple extra days to explore Germany. That's just my thoughts.
Nah, not when you have pinball. And 2 majors on top of it. Gotta play pinball.
How often do you fly to Europe?
How often do you fly to Europe and play pinball?
Okay. I'm not going to get anywhere with this one.
That sounds like it'll be an exciting time.
Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. And that'll be...
Yeah, I'm jealous, of course.
That'll definitely be streamed by JDL Pinball on Twitch, so you can check that one out.
Do we want to talk about Pin Clash?
Yeah, Pin Clash real quick was this last weekend. I played in it. Got 8th, top 8. Got out to Raymond Davidson. Darn Raymond Davidson guy.
Those Stern people.
You were playing really well, Neil.
Yeah, I don't know. It was
honestly.
It was a close race. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of watched back. I watched the VOD back, and if I just hit my scoops better, I might have had a chance. But who could have said?
Did Neil drop?
I think Neil dropped. Yeah.
No. I wonder if this is planned sabotage by Triple Drain here, cutting out Neil's Wi-Fi.
It could be. Yep. Triple Drain is shady. They,
We love
they
Triple
they
J.
released lunch boxes without thermoses. What are they trying to pull over there? Joel Engelberth, I tell you.
No thermos? That sounds like American Pinball. Only the signature edition gets a thermos.
Right? I mean, maybe you have to be on a different Patreon level with Triple Drain to get this thermos.
And they really should do that. Like I said in my personal video, they need to give you a reason to join their Patreon tiers.
Right. Other than your buddies with them.
Because the ones I joined, they give you something. Like Eclectic Gamers, you get to see his babies first. Kaneda, you get to listen to his shows.
And I've only seen Ray Day's babies first, and those are good.
Yeah. Even though it's like kind of dumb and it's just one a month, I mean, you're only giving them $1, so.
Right. I think that's worth it. So, Neil, did you want to talk about the Pin Clash tournament you participated in last weekend?
Yeah, Pin Clash was run by IE Pinball on Twitch. That was a lot of fun. I ended up making the top 8. Got eliminated to Raymond Davidson, which kind of sucks. I almost moved through. It was a close race. It's a close race.
So, for our listeners out there who might not be familiar, how do you qualify for Pin Clash?
Yeah, so it's a online tournament. You have to have a Godzilla pinball machine, and you need a streaming rig. So you need those items to stream on Twitch, and that's how you qualify. And the actual thing you have to do is you have to get a Carnage bonus on Godzilla. So it's kind of complicated. You got to basically do 4 things and do 4 things well to get a huge Carnage bonus, which then qualifies you top 24 for this head-to-head tournament. And the actual playoffs will be, was like time challenges for different tiers depending on each round and how fast you can do each challenge.
I didn't participate.
Yeah, I was trying to get Johnny to participate, but he didn't want to, I guess.
I have the Godzilla, but not the streaming rig.
So 8th place, right? Pretty good. And who won it, Neil?
ZMAC, Zach McCarthy, ended up winning it for the 2nd year in a row, two-peated.
Has this only been going on for 2 years?
This is the 3rd year. He's done Jurassic Park, Avengers, and then now Godzilla. So all the L1 games, basically.
Nice. When is Bond's 60th?
Oh.
Next year.
Yeah. Probably
I
be
do
the
that
next
one. Not a lot of people could do it.
And Maiden, I guess, right?
Yeah, right.
So, Neil, I watched a lot of Pin Clash, and do you think Godzilla was a good game for this format?
Yeah, I think Godzilla in general was the most fun, just trying to qualify in. All the other kind of were more rage-inducing, more frustrating and stuff. Godzilla was more, I feel more skilled as well. The other ones were timed, or you had to be careful about your flips. This Godzilla one is more about your skill level type of thing. I feel it's more has to do with your skill level, and then the challenges in the actual playoffs were a little weird with the tiers, but it worked out fine. It was all good and fun. So I think Godzilla was great.
One thing, and I'm going to agree with you 100% about that, because you're just basically playing a game in Godzilla rather than doing the Escape Island, Nunbar, whatever, and the Avengers Battle Royal. But what really threw me off, and it seemed to throw some of the players off too, was just the sheer amount of animations in Godzilla. Where they couldn't tell if they got their objective because there were so many animations stacked on top of each other. And by the time they played out, it might have passed a scoring threshold. They were at 156 when they hit the shot, but by the time, all of the animations that needed to play through, they were sitting at 2 minutes, 8 seconds. So they lost points because of the animations basically, or they couldn't verify things.
Yeah, that's exactly what was happening, because Ray and I, we both had the double X, 2X Carnage bonus collect, and I don't know if anybody knows, but the Carnage bonus animations to like count down all the things takes so long, and you have to switch your cities and everything, and you have to go through the power up animations. So we were going through all those, and we actually shot the shot, like, let's say before 3 minutes, and by the time it actually showed we had the 2x Carnage bonus, it was over 3 minutes. So we ended up both losing 5 points. Didn't really matter because we would have been tied anyways, but you could definitely lose points from the animations, which kind of sucks. And that was another thing about city combos, didn't really show a lot of animations either. So there's a lot of review going on.
I'd imagine. I guess one of the tougher challenges to me almost seemed like the start hetera. And to start hetera, you need to make two secret combos, which lights the maze or target mystery shot to start hetera. But somebody was just playing their mazer targets lit, but they weren't sure if they hit the two combos or not. They hit the mazer target and got 8 million for it. They didn't hit the two secret combos, and the only way to really tell would be to hold cradle up, go through the info, but you're in a time challenge. You're not going to take that 15 seconds to do that.
Well, I feel like getting the secret combos, it gives you like there's an actual audio noise that comes out, so you are more easily, like, it's easier to tell when you get your secret combos or not. So that one's not as bad, and if you know what you're doing, if you know what combos you have to do, it's not bad either.
Fair enough. But yeah, for an observer or a casual, I guess, and this is, I guess, not meant to be played by the casual player, it was a little confusing. And I mean, I was even frustrated watching it, like, get through the animations, come on, show it, like.
Yeah, it was a little weird like that, but it's okay. Pin Clash is always fun.
I know in ZMAC in the finals, it was like complete Tesla strike, and ZMAC never got that animation. It just said Tesla strike total. It didn't say Tesla strike completed, but they gave it to him because technically he only had one shot left and he heat raid. And then it went through a bunch of animations and blah, blah, blah. And he never, everybody was confused. Like,
well, there was a big thing with Robert Byers. He ended up, so it was actually the secret, not the secret, the city combo. You just had to collect one city combo, and Robert Byers did it, and he was all pissed because he did it, but it didn't show the animation because other animations were running. And so he has to do another one. He ends up doing another one, and it shows 2 out of 3 city combos completed. So they ended up having to review it and then going back, okay, he did the combo, so we'll go give him that time. So yeah, the animations did come into play there.
That's the only reason I question Godzilla as a game for this type of format. Godzilla, no one can argue that it's a great game and maybe the best ever, but for this format, it was kind of janky, like kind of stressed me out a bit.
Yeah, I guess you can. Wish you could use your flippers, flip through the animations real quickly, but
and
whatever.
Sometimes you could do that, but like sometimes the challenge was defeat Megalon, and if you're smashing your flippers to get through your power up animation, your boom, you might I just selected Ebera, like you don't want to do that.
Yeah, you might have got screwed, right?
So what I'm hearing is, George Gomez, are you listening? We need Spike 3, more processing power so we can get through these animations faster. Or Seth Davis, are you listening?
Some people in Twitch chat were saying like they should always have a constant score, like on the bottom of the LCD somewhere where your score is constant. Because like one of the objectives was to be 300 million, and Escher just started going off, and it's like mode total 286 million. Well, you're pretty sure he's got it, but you didn't see a score for another 15 seconds. Like,
you know what that sounds like, Matt? Sounds like they should have had Scorebit on there, because that will give you the score in real time.
Anymore? I thought they folded.
They use it for Indisk.
Yeah, Indisk is a big one.
I thought Jersey Jack got rid of Scorebit or something. Maybe that's what I heard, but
yeah, they for some reason stopped supporting it.
Yeah, speaking of these Godzilla, AIQ, and Jurassic Park, let's play some buy, sell, burn, if we don't mind. So if you had to buy one of the games, sell one of the games, and just straight up burn one of the games for Godzilla, AIQ, and Jurassic Park Stern.
I think I've got this down, but I'm more of a buy, play, pass type of guy. I don't want to burn any of these games because they're all Keith Elwin classics.
Yeah, but it's part of the game. Of course, these are like the top 10, let's say top 10 games. Of course, nobody's gonna burn at the game, but it's just what it is.
Okay. With these rules, I'm going to say Godzilla I'm going to buy because I did buy it. A game I wouldn't keep but would like to play is Avengers Infinity Quest. Then Jurassic Park, I guess I've got to burn,
Gotta burn it.
even though it's the good one and not the Data East one.
They're both good. This puts me in a tough spot, I guess. I mean, Avengers was my first new in-box game, and I played the hell out of it, and I love it. But with every game, I've done everything I could in the game, so I traded it for a Godzilla. I like Godzilla. Honestly, the animations get to me when I was playing about during Pink Clash, but even when I'm playing at home by myself, it's like, just get through the shit, so let's just say buy Avengers. What's the other one? What is it? Buy, sell, burn.
Yeah.
We'll say, I guess I've done this. This is too tough. Let's burn Godzilla, sell
Wow.
Jurassic Park, and I'm just I'm a little I'm Godzilla'd out. I'll be honest.
Matt has a Godzilla.
I have Godzilla. I'm a little Godzilla'd out.
Well, we're going to hold you to that. We'll come over to your place and try to start on fire.
I did buy those speaker mods for the fire about 2 months ago, and they haven't gotten here yet. Speaker light kits. They're reliable, but you gotta just wait.
Yeah, I completely agree with Johnny's list of buy Godzilla, sell AIQ, and burn Jurassic Park, even though Jurassic Park's still an amazing game.
Why would Nedry do this?
Nedry. Where's Nedry?
Yeah, I feel like Jurassic Park is a better, I guess, theme for me, but I just love the Avengers shots a little bit better.
Oh yeah, Avengers is amazing with all the depth to it, with all the gems, so deep.
The tower's pretty sweet.
And I would want an Avengers Pro over the premium. Any other of those two machines, I would take premiums. Avengers Pro all day long. All day long. Not a question.
Really?
In my head about it.
I'd do Godzilla Pro all day. That's fine.
Yeah, I'm starting to lean towards the Avengers Pro, even though I've been on the premium side of things. The Pro's nice with that spinner and everything.
Yeah.
And it just
extra spinner in the game? Shit.
Spinners are nice. And then
yeah, it's just like Swords of Fury with that spinner shot on AIQ.
You don't even shoot that in Swords of Fury.
It reminds me of it. Challenge me.
The left spinner in Swords of Fury or the horseshoe? Oh.
The horseshoe.
Yeah. Nobody thinks about the horseshoe.
I do, but
I totally forgot that was a shot.
You go left spinner all day.
I'm not like a real tournament player like you guys. I think of these weird things.
Yeah. But Godzilla definitely on the premium side of things. It's 100% premium.
I like my Pro because the building doesn't move, but I do wish I had the bridge and Mecha Godzilla. So
I feel like Jurassic Park you could vary. You could go premium or pro, and it's basically it doesn't change much.
The Raptor Gate makes all the difference in the world, man.
You think?
Really?
Yes, because it is when you play a premium, Raptor multi-ball is very achievable. On a pro, if you're not going for it specifically, you're never gonna get it. On a premium, you lock your Raptor, you get the capture, you're gonna luck box into Raptor multi-ball eventually just from hitting the gate while you're playing. But on the pro, not so much.
Premium also makes it more dangerous with the gate up. It's a lot closer to the flippers and out slings or whatever. Whereas I like actually shooting the pro much better, where you can keep taking shots at it, get them backhands going.
I'm not a big fan of the dinosaur mech, I guess, on the premium because he seems to reject the ball a lot. But I do like that it moves.
If you it'll start your T-Rex multi-ball. You just gotta basically hit him in the mouth. But any other T-Rex mode, you got to get that ball in there, and it is way harder than it should be. So I
Yeah.
think Thorin actually, you can disable the T-Rex so it plays like a pro, and or just swings back and forth rather than eating
Okay.
the ball, and that's the tournament way to do things.
Yeah.
It's the happy medium.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Because I need to have my fidget spinner helicopter blades at least. So
There you go.
But starting a T-Rex mode after multi-ball on the premium is very difficult if you got to put it in its mouth because it's got to hit that pretty clean.
do you guys go for all the skill shots on Jurassic Park?
Nah, what do you mean? Like in order?
Yeah, the order ones.
Yeah, I don't typically go for any of the secret ones unless I really screw up. But
Got to do the order. It's a lot of points if you get all 4 of them going.
It is. It's really fun to try. So I think it's another pro in the Jurassic Park column. But Godzilla does a good job with the skill shots too.
Oh yeah, for
yep,
sure.
and so does Avengers. The skill shots are very beneficial if you can hit them.
I say, where's Avengers? It's not at District 82, so I have like no time on it. Besides Daryl's house.
Eric Thorne does have an Avengers. He's just not bringing it out.
He's not bringing it out because he knows I'll crush everybody.
Yeah.
I don't need McCarty getting any more points.
Party Cardi's a bozo, guys.
Speaking of bozos, he took away Papa Card from the lineup. That hurts.
Yay!
Okay, the best part about this trade, like, Doodlebug is fine, whatever, but, like, I mean, it's actually good. I love Doodlebug. But the best part is, Papa Card and Hilo Ace are gone. It's so good.
No. See, Hilo Ace I don't care about. That can go. But Papa Card, that was his original EM he had there. And I've grown fond to it.
No.
Not me.
It's all about getting those extra balls.
Yeah. Good luck.
But I do look forward to Doodlebug, so we'll be doodling soon.
10K Doodles.
10K doodles. Sounds like a race.
Yeah, exactly. It is the race with the Doodlebug.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us for the Triball podcast. I've been Matt McCarty. You can find me on Facebook and sometimes chatting on Fox City's Pinball stream.
Yep, I'm Neil Graff, and you can check me out on Fox City's Pinball as well. We're gonna road to partner. Gotta watch.
And I'm Johnny Pinball. You can check me out on YouTube at the Johnny Pinball. Sometimes I do videos. Sometimes I just do this podcast. But if you have any questions or comments, you can email us at triballpodcast@gmail.com.
If you have any suggestions for Ask a Tournament Director, any rulings, or any real or fake game submissions you'd like.
All right, everyone.
All right, bye everyone.
All right. Have a good night. Good flipping. All right. Should we do a sign off?
Do we need a closing segment? Something light?
Go fuck yourself, Green Bay.
Hey, number one city in the U.S. according to USN.
Oh my gosh.
I'm Ron Burgundy, and go fuck yourself, San Diego.